almost unconsciously or consciously take on a different self in order to calm yourself down in the situation, i.e. like become a child, or to deal with somebody else. Now, this is the essence of borderline personality disorder, fundamental fear of abandonment. And among women, it crosses over very strongly with being autistic. Autistics and people with borderline personality disorder have the same kind of thing: identity disturbance, unstable relationships, impulsivity, emotional liability, problems controlling anger, and acting out. And you can also see how among borderline autism can result in borderline personality disorder, i.e. the trauma resulting in the fear of abandonment. Because if you're autistic, you'll be bullied, and you'll experience the world very intensely, and you'll get traumatized very easily, and that sort of thing. So there's this crossover between the two. This is important to bear in mind. Now, in understanding this, it should be understood that the heritability of autism and of borderline personality disorder is at least 0.5, i.e. the genetic component. And some people have argued that the genetic component is as high as 0.8. And in that Liz Truss's father was a professor of mathematics, and being excellent at mathematics, is systematizing it's associated with autism, I wouldn't be at all surprised if we're dealing with a genetic issue here. Now, because this is something that happens very early in development, there is a physical look that is associated with autism. Neurocrest cells, which flood the fetus at a very early stage, do so in a different way among autistics, resulting in autistics looking physically different. Certain markers are different from normal people, and indeed it has been suggested that autistics are basically more wild. We are evolved. If you are domesticated, then you have high theory of mind. You are good at cooperating with people. You're good at understanding people. You don't have strong emotions. That's what being domesticated is. And if you're not domesticated, if you're wild, then you'll be the opposite of that. I.e., in some ways, you'll be more like you're autistic. In some ways, and it's been suggested if you look at animals that are domesticated versus those that are wild, there are certain noticeable differences, and you see the same kinds of differences if you compare autistics to non-autistics. Autistics will have bigger heads on average, they will have larger foreheads, they will have longer noses. You will also see, as is true when comparing wild and domesticated dogs, but you will also see certain subtle morphological features that are there because something has gone wrong in development. Autistics will have unusual shaped ears. Now, you don't see Liz Truss's ears very often, but if you look at them, when you occasionally glance at them, they are slightly oddly shaped. And their ears will be low set. And you can see this with Liz Truss's ears. She has low set ears. Autistics will have narrow lips. Now, one of the things that's very, very noticeable about Liz Truss is that she has extremely narrow lips. Autistics will have other odd facial morphologies. You will also see with Liz Truss that she has this peculiar twisted nose. Autistics are more likely to have inverted digits. So normal people's toes or fingers are like that, if you see them straight on. Autistics are more likely to be inverted, like that. So almost like, imagine the toe or the finger, almost triangular. You see what I mean? Well, that is more common among autistics. So she definitely has the physical look of an autistic. Now, in terms of her behaviour patterns and this crossover with borderline personality disorder, remember that people that are high in borderline personality disorder have a fundamental fear of abandonment. And therefore, what you have with borderline personality disorder women is they feel this emotional chaos, and they are looking for a man who rescue them. They are looking for a man who could help them. They are looking for a man who they can get out of their situation with. And so what they will be attracted to often is men that are of very high status because they see this man as their rescuer. Men who are much older than them because they see this man as their sort of father figure who will look after them. And then they will kind of because of the emotions being so strong, they will engage in idealization. They will idealize that man as their absolute savior. They will see him as absolutely wonderful and amazing. And remember also they're deeply, deeply insecure and deeply, deeply fear abandonment, and therefore very much want to feel desirable and whatever, and are highly attracted to these very high status, father-like, much older men who they see as their potential rescuers. And so you can see how they would be inclined to have affairs. And that is true with Liz Truss. What you have with Liz Truss is she marries this man, Hugh O'Leary, who I assume is the stable, kind, lovely man that gives her a sort of rock on which she can cope and regulates her emotions and so forth. But at the same time, because she's constantly self-doubting, because she's constantly wondering who she is, because she's constantly worrying and concerned, and just doesn't feel that anything's quite right. There is this attraction to something more dominant, particularly when you consider once she becomes more economically successful than her husband, she's going to be attracted to something more dominant, the father figure, the man that can look after her, the much older man, the more dominant man, the taller man perhaps, the more dominant man. And that's what she sees in this guy Mark Field.
Just a quick interruption. Please stop for a second and ask yourself this. Is there someone you could easily share this video with? Someone you know will agree because their moral values align with what I'm saying? Well, you should definitely go ahead and do so then. On the other hand, how do you think of someone who would definitely not agree? Who would just be angry that you would share such a nasty, racist, mean, evil video with them? Most likely you know both types of people, and the reason why these two people would react so differently to this video is because of their moral foundations. According to the moral foundation theory, conservative values rest on 5 dimensions, while liberals only have 2. In other words, they can't relate to conservative or right-wing statements, they can't even understand them. The moral foundations theory was presented by Jonathan Haidt in his book The Righteous Mind. He showed that the moral conditions of politics are naturally evolutionary. This means that liberal attitudes also have an evolutionary benefit, even if we may find this difficult to imagine. If you want to get a very detailed summary of the main arguments from The Righteous Mind and understand what evolutionary function both conservative and liberal views have, you can do so at legion.com. There you will find a short version of the most important core arguments from the book. In addition to The Righteous Mind, there are also shorts on many other base titles. You won't find most of them on other platforms. You can easily listen to titles in under 25 minutes. This means you can absorb knowledge of a whole book in under half an hour every day. So try it now. Go to legion.com now and sign up with my promo code TJH to get 10% off.
Ready for the future of the West.
Our town is under siege. Ready to work.
Ο τύπος είναι τούμπανο.
Τούμπανο. Τούμπανο εννοούσα το ψυγείο, είναι γεμάτο green cola. Λατρεία, Εσύ, αυτή όντως είναι φανταστική.
Για όποιον λόγο και αν τη δοκιμάσεις, η γεύση της θα σε κερδίσει.
It's a very, very good question for us to think about how a borderline individual is created. I don't believe that a borderline individual is born. There is a genetic aspect to it. Sure, there's a vulnerability, but it's a process. It's a combination of early childhood experiences, early interactions that are progressively colored by an individual's difficulty in learning from others about themselves. But as a person develops a sense of themselves that's less dependent on others, they start creating an image of themselves that's kind of self-created, that it becomes almost like a hyperactive creation.
Job's done.
No, I think it's
Job's
wrong.
done. What? All right. Right here. Yes, my lord. Job's done. What is it? Right here. More work. Off I go then. Job's done. Our allies' town is under siege. All right. Our town is under siege. What is it? Righto. Yes, my lord. Job's done. Ready to work. What is it? Our allies' town is under siege. Job's done. Yes, my lord. More work. All right. Job's done. I go then. What? Our town is under siege. Job's done. Right. Off I go then. Yes, my lord. Job's done. All right. Job's done. Job's done. Job's done. Job's done. Is it? Job's done. Job's done. All work. Job's done. Ready to work. Off I go then. Job's done. Yes, my lord. Right. I go then. What? Our allied town is under siege. Righto. More word. Our town is under siege. Job done, Lord. Job done. Yes, me lord. Job done. More word. What is it? Our allied town is under siege. Yes, me lord. More word. What is it? Job done. Our town is under siege. Ready to war. Our allied town is under siege. What? Righto. Yes, me lord. Yes, me lord. Upgrade complete. Off I go then. All right. Our allied town is under siege. Job done. Job done. What is it? Job done. Job done. Job done. Ready to work. Job done. Job done. Our allied town is under siege. Forward. Our allied town is under siege. Yes, me lord. Yes, me lord. Off I go then. Upgrade, yes, me lord. Our allied town is under siege. Job done. What is it? Righto. What? Forward. What is it? Job done. What? Yes, me lord. Job done. What is it? Job done. Our allied town is under siege. All right. Off I go then. Right, job done. Yes, me lord. Job done. Job done. Our allied town is under siege. What? All right. Yes, me lord. More lumber is required. Right, job done. All right. Ready to work. Our allied town is under siege. Job done. Job done, lord. Our town is under siege. Yes, me lord. Upgrade complete. Job done. Our allied town is under siege. What? Ready to work. Job's done. All right. Job done. Ready to work. All work. What? Job done. Yes, me lord. Our allied town is under siege. Yes, me lord. Righto. Our town is under siege. Our allied town is under siege. Job done. Upgrade. Job done. Job done. Our town is under siege. Our allied town is under siege. More lumber is required. What? If you want. No one else available. Yes, me lord. What is it? All word. All word. Our allied town is under siege. Yes, me lord. Our allied town is under siege. Off I go then. What is it? Our town is under siege. Yes, me lord. All right. Yes, me lord. Job done. Then. That's it. I'm Job dead. Done. That's it. I'm dead. Job no done. Else available. Right. Job done. Our town is under siege. Right. Job done. What is it? All right. Our town is under siege. Job done. Yes, me lord. What is it? Right. Yes, me lord. Our allied town is under siege. Our town is under siege. Yes, me lord. Job done then. All right. What? Yes, me lord. What is it? Job done. Our allied town is under siege. Job done. All right. Yes, me lord. Job done. Yes, me lord. Yes, me lord. All right.
Town is under siege.
What is it?
Our town is under siege.
Job done. Go then. Right. Job's done. Job's done. Yes, me lord. What? More work. Job's done. Required. Yes, me lord. Off I go then.
Our allies' town is under siege.
Job's done. Job's done. Yes, me lord. Righto. Yes, me lord. Job's done. Job's done. Off I go then. What is it? What? Yes, me lord. Job's done. What is it? More work. Yes, me
Our
lord.
allies' town is under siege.
All right. What is it? Off I go
Our
then.
town is under siege.
All right. What? More job's done.
Our allies'
Yes,
town
my
is
lord.
under siege.
Job's done. Job's done.
Our allies' town is under siege.
Yes, my lord.
Our forces are under
What
attack.
is it? Yes,
Our
my
town
lord.
is under
All right.
siege. Our allies' town is under siege.
Job's done. Righto. Job's done. Off I go then. Right. Job's done. Job's done. Job's done. Yes, my lord. All right. Job's done. Job's done. Off I go then. Job's done.
Our allies' town is under siege.
Job's done. Job's done. Job's done. Work. Yes, me lord. Off I go then.
Our allies' town is under siege.
Job's done. Job's done.
Town is under siege. Allies' town is under siege.
Yes, me lord. Righto. All
More
work.
gold is required. More gold
What
is
is it?
required.
Yes, me lord. Yes, me lord. What?
Our allies' town is under siege. Our town is under
All
siege.
work. I can't build off I go then. What is it? What is
More
it?
gold is required.
Job done.
More gold is required. More gold is required.
I can't build there. I can't build
Our
there.
allies' town is under
Right,
siege.
then.
Our town is
What?
under siege.
All work. Yes, me lord. Job's done. Job's done. Off I go then. Job's done. Right. Job's done. Righto. Job's done, me lord. Yes, me lord. Job's done. All work. Job's done. Job's done.
Our allies' town is under siege.
Job's done. What?
Our town
right.
is under
Off I
siege.
go then. Yes, me lord. Yes, me lord. Job's done. Off I go then. Job's done.
Our allies' town is under siege.
Job's done. Job's done. Job's done. What is it?
Our town is under siege.
More work.
Our
Right,
allies'
job's
town
done.
is under siege.
Yes, me lord. What is it?
More gold is
All
required.
right.
Our town is under siege. Our allies' town is under siege.
Job done. What is
Our
it?
town is under
Our
siege.
allies'
Allies' town is under siege.
What? Job done,
all
me lord.
gold is
Off I go then. I can't build there. Off I go then. Yes, me lord. All right. Righto. Yes, me lord.
Our town is
Our
under
allies'
siege.
town
Is under
Job
siege.
done. Job done. Off I
All
go then. Job done. Job done. Job done. Job done.
Our allies'
Yes, me lord. Job's done.
Our Our town is under siege.
Off I go then.
Our allies' town is under siege.
Job's done.
Our town is under siege.
Job's done. Job's done.
Our allies' town is under siege.
Job's done. More work. All right.
Our town is under siege.
What is it?
Our
Yes,
allies'
Lord.
town is
All
under
right.
siege. Our town is under
Off I
siege.
go then. All right. Righto. More
Job's
work.
done.
Yes, my lord. What is it? Off I go then. Job's done. Yes, my lord.
Our allies' town is under siege.
Job's done. Job's done. Righto. Yes, my lord.
Our town is
Job's
under
done.
siege.
More work. Ready to
Our
work.
allies' town is under siege.
I guess I can. I guess I can. Yes, me lord. What? Job's done.
Our town is under siege.
Yes, me
Our
lord.
forces are under
More
attack.
work. What is it? All right. Yes,
Our
me
allies'
lord.
town is under siege.
All right. Righto. What?
Our town is under siege.
Job's done. More work.
Our
can't do
allies'
that.
town
I go
is
then.
under siege.
Ready to job's done. Yes, me lord. Righto.
Our town is
Job's
under
done.
siege.
Job's done. Job's done. Job's done. Ready to work. Off I go then.
Our
All right.
allies' town is under siege.
Righto. Yes, me lord. Ready to work. Yes, me lord. More work.
Our
What?
town is under siege.
Righto. What is it? All right, ready to work. Job's done. Yes,
Our
I'm
town
done.
is
Job's
under
done.
siege.
Job's done. Job's done. Done. What? Ready
Our
to work.
allies'
Job's done.
town is under siege.
Job's done. Job's done. Done. More
Upgrade
work.
complete.
Ready to
Build more
work.
farms. Our town is under siege.
Yes, me
Our
lord.
allies' town is under siege. Our town is under siege.
Me lord.
Our allies' town is
What?
under siege. Upgrade complete. Upgrade complete. Our allies' town is under siege.
Yes, me lord. All right. Righto. All right.
Our town is under siege.
Upgrade then. Yes, me lord. Righto. Yes, me lord.
Our allies' town is under siege.
Job's done. Job's done. Job's done.
Our allies' town is under siege.
Job's done.
Upgrade.
Job's done. All right.
Our
What
allies'
is it?
town is
Off I
under
go
siege.
then. Job's
Our
done.
town is under siege.
Righto. Yes, me lord. Off I go then. Job's done. Job's done. Job's done. Yes, me lord.
Upgrade
All right.
complete.
What?
Our allies' town is under siege. Our town is under siege. Under
Job's
siege.
done. Job's done. What?
Our town is under siege.
Off I go then. Off I go
allied town is under siege.
Off I go then. Off I go then. Ready to win. Job done, job done.
Allied town is under siege.
Ready to work. Job done. Job done. Job done. Job done. All right. Job done. Again, job done. Right. Yes, Lord. Right. Off I go then. All right. All right.
Allied
Job
town
done.
is under siege.
Job done.
Under siege.
Job done. More work. All right. Yes, Lord. Right. Job done. Job done. Off I go then. Off I go then.
Allied town is under siege. Town is under siege.
Job done. Job done. What is it? Job done. All right. Job done. Job done.
Forces are under attack. Town is
Job
under
done.
siege.
Job done. Job done. Job done.
Allied town is under siege.
What? Righto. Yes, me lord.
Upgrade
What?
complete.
Job's done. Off I
What
go
is
then.
it?
Job's done.
Our
Righto.
town is under siege. Upgrade complete. Our allied town
Yes,
is
my
under
lord.
siege. Our forces
Okay.
are under attack.
All right. Yes, me lord.
Our town is under siege.
Off I go then. Yes, me lord.
Town is under siege.
Job done. Job done. Job done. Job done. Job done.
Our allied town is under siege.
What is it? Yes, job done.
Our town is under siege. Our forces are under attack. Upgrade complete.
Ready to work.
Our allied town is under siege. Our town is under siege. Upgrade complete.
More
Our
work.
allied town is under siege.
Yes, me lord.
Upgrade complete. Our town is under siege.
More work.
Allied town is under siege. Forces are under attack. Our town is under siege. Town is under siege.
What?
Our
Yes,
allied
me lord.
town is under
No one
siege.
else available. If you want.
Our town is under
What?
siege.
Righto. Off I go then. I can't build them. Righto.
Our forces are under attack. Our allied town is under siege.
All right. Off I go then. Righto. I can't build them. All right. Yes, me lord. Job done. Off I go then. Done.
Our town is under siege.
Job done. Righto. All right. All right. Job done. Job done. Job done. Job done. Off
Our
I go
allied
then.
town
Job
is
done.
under siege.
Job done. Job done. Job done. Job done. Job done.
is under siege.
More work? What is it? That's it. I'm dead. More
Upgrade
work?
complete.
Yes, my lord. What? Righto.
Our town
Yes,
is
my
under
lord.
siege.
Yes, my lord. All right. More work? Righto. More bucko
Our
then.
allied
More
town
bucko
is
then.
under siege. Our allies' town forces are under attack. Our town is under siege. Our town is under siege. Our allies are under attack. Siege.
All right. Yes, my
Upgrade
lord.
complete.
Righto.
Upgrade complete. Our town is under siege. Our allied town is under siege.
Yes, my lord. What is it? More work? Righto. Job's done.
Our town is under siege.
Job's done.
Our allies' town
Job's
is
done.
under siege. Our town is under siege. Our town is under siege. Our town is under siege.